Hello, my name is Ben, and I live in Japan. Today on Garusu-TV, I would like to warn everyone about scams in Japan against foreigners. Recently, Japan is dealing with the problem of fraudulent real estate loans. It is a scam in which banks lend as much money as they can by pretending that a building is worth far more than it actually is. The result is a terrible case where the borrower is forced into bankruptcy. The root of the evil is Suruga Bank, a regional bank located mostly in Shizuoka Prefecture, but with branches around the country, including Tokyo, Kansai, and Fukuoka. The total amount of damages, over 438 victims, is 105 billion yen. Oh my God, isn't that crazy? We find it astonishing that about 10% of the victims are foreigners. Most of them cannot even read or write Japanese, yet somehow the bank was able to lend them money. It appears that foreigners were deliberately targeted as part of the scam. I've interviewed some of the victims to get more details about their cases. The first person you'll hear from is a victim we met at one of the public demonstrations against the bank. Let's see what they have to say. Garusu-TV is here today in Ebina, Kanagawa Prefecture. We're at the station just about to attend a protest that is going to happen down the street. So we're just a few minutes away from the station and it looks like the protest is happening right now over there.
Suruga Bank は被害者に誠意を尽くせ。
Hello, could we ask you some questions?
Hi, yes, I guess so.
My name is Ben. What is your name?
I am Sean. Is that a TV station?
Yes, it's a YouTube channel where we provide a lot of informational videos about Suruga Bank and other different scams in Japan. Is it okay if we ask you some questions?
It's okay.
So could you tell us a little bit about your situation?
Yeah, Suruga Bank screwed me out of 100 million yen.
100 million yen? Oh my gosh, that's insane. Could we go talk about this?
Yes, sure.
はい、皆さんこんにちは。ガルス TV 富谷皐介です。この番組では海外の方にもですね、日本でこんなことが起こっていると、注意していただきたいということで情報を発信させていただいております。
はい、ご一緒させていただきます。遠藤です。よろしくお願いします。今日は富谷さん、なんかいつもと違う雰囲気でスタートしましたね。
そうですね。
はい。
今日はですね、新しくガルス TV に加わってくれたベンに突撃インタビューを行っていただきました。
はい、ベンさんちょっと緊張しながらでしたけれども、
そうですね。
はい、いきなり1億円の被害ってちょっと私びっくりしてしまいました。ベンさんもやっぱりね驚いてましたよね。
そうですね。外国の方がですね、こういった金額で被害に遭っているということで驚いてたんだと思うんですけど、私たちはいろんなケースを見てですね、もうすでに慣れっこになっちゃってると思うんですけれども、はい、普通は1億円の詐欺っていうのは驚きますよね。
しかもこういう日本にいらっしゃって、はい、こう海外でこういう被害に遭うっていうのが、日本人以上にどうしたらいいか分からなくなると思いますし、ちょっと私には想像できないなと思いながら聞いてました。
日本はですね、世界的にもその治安のいい国だということで知られていますし、はい、まさか日本でしかも銀行相手にですね詐欺に遭うなんてっていうのは多分思ってもみなかったんだろうなというふうに思いますよね。諸外国に比べればですね平和な国だというふうに思うんですけれども、残念ながらだんだんとその性善説が暮らせないような形になってきているのかなというふうに思いますよね。
こう被害に遭わないようにやっぱり自己防衛をするっていうことが、日本に来ても必要になってくるってことですよね。
はい、じゃあショーンさんの話伺ってみましょうか。
はい。
Can I ask you a few more questions? Yes, sir. I was surprised to just hear that you were swindled out of 100 million yen. Is that true?
Yeah, 98 million yen to be exact. Yeah, it was an illegal loan from Suruga Bank for a property that's worthless. I thought it would be a good investment, but it's been terrible.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. American, father with 2 kids. Now I live back in the United States, but I lived in Japan and Tokyo for almost 7 years. And at that time is when I invested with Suruga Bank.
Could you tell us what made you decide to get into real estate investing?
Well, it seemed like a great opportunity. I wanted to be able to do something to support my wife and kids and have some investment for retirement so that I could have a stable, peaceful life. And the brokerage that introduced me to Suruga Bank and the opportunity seemed very trustworthy and it seemed like a good chance. And so, I thought it would be a good way to support my family in the future.
Is this your first investment property?
Yes, first and only.
So you're brand new to this real estate investing scheme?
Yeah, at the time I invested, I didn't know anything about real estate investment other than what the brokerage told me.
So how did you end up getting a loan from Suruga Bank?
So at first I was approached by a Japanese real estate brokerage company. They held a seminar and they talked about investment properties where a Japanese bank would supply a loan for the entire amount of the property so that I didn't have to put any cash up front. And they had other people who supposedly did the investment, came and talked about how it's been a great investment, they're making cash flow and then they could sell in the future, and basically they didn't have to pay anything for it. And because I trusted Japanese banks, and Suruga Bank is a large bank with what I thought was a good name in Japan, I trusted the underwriting process. And so I took out the loans with them.
Okay, so how much Japanese do you read or write?
I can speak some Japanese, but I don't read and write almost any.
So when you first were connected to the broker, did they speak English at all? Or who did you talk to? Was it the broker or the bank?
It was all through the broker. The broker could speak English, so everything was done through them. And even when I went to Suruga Bank, the broker was there to translate.
How about all the contracts? Were they in Japanese or English?
The contracts were 100% in Japanese, so I couldn't read or write any of the contract. I had to trust the broker to translate it.
Okay, so the broker translated all that in front of you while the banker was there?
I thought he was translating all that in front of me, but I don't believe he did anymore, honestly.
Okay, so you're not sure if what they translated was exactly what was written on the contract?
No, and since then I've come to request some of the documents from Suruga Bank. And when I received the documents, my wife has helped me go through them, and there were a lot of false documents that were not true.
Could you give us an example? How surprised were you based on the differences of what you saw?
Now, I was shocked because some of the falsifications were they faked the amount I had in my bank account, so pretended that I had a lot more money than I did so they could justify giving me the loan. They also faked that I put a big deposit in to get the loan, which was not true. The entire process was based on a loan that was for the entire building. They also faked the amount the building was worth in the documents, so it would show that I put a deposit in. So there were a lot of fake documents, and really it was disappointing and shocking.
That's a lot of differences. That's pretty hideous. Could you tell us more about the current state of your property?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a very old property. It was built in the early 1980s. So when I first bought it, it was mostly full, and so the cash flow was okay. But then as soon as tenants left, it's been difficult or impossible to replace them at the same rent. And every time I have to pay a lot of money to find a new tenant to the local real estate agents. And so now I have a big repair work of about 5 million yen that my property manager told me about, but I can't afford to do it, to be honest. So I would either have to take out a new loan or I just can't do the repair work right now. So right now it's in a really bad state, and the building's less than half full right now. So the cash flow is very negative.
Do you know why these tenants left?
I don't. All I know is that they decided to leave and found a new property. As far as I know, maybe just the building was old and the state was bad, but my property manager's not been very helpful to explain why, to be honest. And I had to use an English-speaking property manager so that I can understand him, so my options have been very limited.
So it's very possible that the bank could have corroborated with the brokers to fill them with fake tenants, possibly?
It's quite possible, yeah. There's been no way for me to find that out, to be honest. I hope not, but it's quite possible.
So as a result of this mess, how are you doing now?
You know, to be honest, it's been very difficult. Some nights I have trouble sleeping, and I constantly worry about how much debt I'm in, and it really makes me angry about Suruga Bank. And, you know, although my wife is Japanese, and so I still love Japan, it has changed my feeling about the country. You know, I used to be a strong believer in how Japan is a different and more honest country than other places, like America where I live. But this experience has made me realize that, you know, you can get scammed in Japan just like any place else. And, you know, that makes me feel sad, but it has changed how I feel.
What do you think your future will look like now?
You know, I don't know. I'm hopeful with the SI Alliance that we can resolve the situation and I'll be okay. But I still worry about it because I don't know what the resolution will be or when it will come.
Thank you. He was deceived by the shady tactics of Suruga Bank and the real estate companies they corroborated with. But there are also many other victims. Let's see what they have to say.
I am from India. Suruga Bank conspired with the real estate agent to falsify documents. The apartment was sold for 132 million yen. When checked the actual market valuation of the apartment, it was 76 million yen. My actual damage is 56 million yen. Every month I am losing money. My life became miserable. I am worried about my life, my wife and my son. Please solve my problem.
I moved here from Canada. Since I met Suruga, it's been nothing but trouble. I have loans of over 300 million, which will probably go bankrupt, and it's causing financial, emotional stress for my family, everyone involved.
I came to Japan in 2008 and fell in love with the country and its culture and its people. And in 2016, I bought a building through a real estate agent and a bank called Suruga. They gave me a loan of 480 million yen for a building that looked great. I went to see it, all the numbers added up. I spoke to the bank, I spoke to a real estate agent many times, but I was lied to. My documents that I supplied from my own bank in England, HSBC, and my bank in Japan at the time, Citibank, were falsified. I didn't have that money that they said I had. They lied about my salary, how much money I had in my bank, and with this, Suruga let me have a loan of a building that's actually only worth 200 million yen. So I am 180 million yen missing for a building that has now cost me personal money, lots of stress from me, my family, daily stress. There's always something going wrong with the building. And at the time, they guaranteed me that the building was fine. This was all a lie. Suruga lied to me. It really, really makes me angry every day thinking about it.
It's exactly like this. Everybody I talked to, some said they were in real trouble and emotionally vulnerable. They have joined a victims relief group called the SI Victims Alliance and are participating in the demonstration, for example, that we watched earlier. Demonstrations are very rare in Japan. Japanese people are generally very shy and do not participate in these particular activities. The damage is so widespread and so vicious that these people are demonstrating all over the country. Many of them are very troubled. There are a few famous lawyers that are representing the group. Mr. Kawai on the left is a very famous lawyer who got TEPCO, Tokyo Electric Power Company, to pay 13 trillion yen in a nuclear power plant trial. Mr. Yamaguchi and Mr. Kito are lawyers who have been fighting the Unification Church for over 30 years. Maybe you have seen them on TV before. Actually, these three lawyers are also fighting Suruga Bank. The fact that these lawyers are working on this shows that Suruga Bank is very bad, doesn't it? That's all I have. My name is Ben. Thank you very much.
Ben、本当にありがとう。手元にですね、被害者の方のちょっと資料が届いてるんですけれども、で、うち海外の国籍の方のリストがこちらなんですけども、合計がですね123億円になってます。はい、
もう笑っちゃいます。すごい金額ですね。びっくりです。
そしてですね、これ蛍光ペンで塗られてるんだけども、最高額がですね8億5000万円、3棟で8億5000万円。これ一人でですよ。8
億5000万。私ちょっと何回聞いても信じられないんですが、これお一人で返すっていう前提で借りてるってことですよね。
そうだよね。すごいね。私もちょっと初めて見たんですけど、8億5000万。
フェイクがあったっていうお話も翔さんからありましたけど、だとしてもこの金額が通ってしまうってことが本当に信じられないです。
そうですよね、本当に。で、このスルガ銀行の不正融資事件では、日本人も全く同じ手口で騙されていて、大きな問題になっています。日本語のわからない海外の方で騙されてしまうのは本当無理もないことだろうなというふうには思ってしまいます。こういったことが起こらないようにするためには、日本人の場合と同じ、そもそも契約してしまう前に利害関係の発生しない第三者に相談する、これに尽きるんではないでしょうか。
どれだけ業者さんであったりとか銀行の方にせかされても気持ちを焦らず一歩立ち止まるっていう、そこがどうしても勇気はいりますけど、そのアクションがとっても大事っていうことですよね。そして私がすごくインタビューの中で印象的だったのが、ショーンさんのお話の中で、ご家族の奥さんだったりとか、お子さんとの生活を思ってっていうお話があって、やっぱりこう家族を思う心っていうのは、どの国の方もバンコク共通で持ってらっしゃるんだなっていうふうに改めて感じました。
そうですね、ショーンさんの場合はですね、配偶者の方が日本人ということもありまして、また彼はですね、日本が好きだっていうふうにおっしゃってましたよね。日本人としてそういった言葉を聞くとですね、本当に申し訳ないなというふうに思います。日本を好きで応援してくれているその海外の方を騙すような人たちは本当に許してはいけないなと思いますよね。今ご覧いただいている海外の方にはですね、十分に気をつけていただいて、でも日本を愛しているという気持ちがお持ちでしたら、ぜひねそのままいていただけたら嬉しいなというふうに思っています。でそのためにもですね、私たちは今後もどんどん情報を発信していきます。チャンネル登録をしていただいて、情報を自分たちの元に集めるためにもですね、ぜひご覧いただければというふうに思います。よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。